Hey folks, how's it going today? I'm going to talk to you guys about doing a bed liner on my truck, but just going over a few things that you guys may find helpful if you're doing a bed liner yourself. I'm going to be doing a Herculiner Professional bed liner on my truck, and I was going to show you that these sanders and the papers I'm using that's making this go real quick, getting this all cleaned down. So let me flip this around and show you. So what I've got here is these little Bauer sanders, and I'm using those 10 more batteries I got off Amazon, little 6 amp hours. They are working really well, and I've got this circular, and then I've also got my drill with a wire brush on the end of it for other parts, but I'll change that wheel out. But what is working the best, that's taking this down the fastest, the rapidest way, you would have thought might be one of these. With this is 40 grit, and I've used this on here, and this is the 40 grit right there. And then I forget what this one is. I think this is 80. Yeah, that's 80 grit. And this is kind of just rubbing it around a little bit on here with some 80 grit on that. But what's actually going the fastest is using this guy, this sander with this paper, and this is 80 grit. And this is the paper from Harbor Freight. This 80 grit is really just annihilating this stuff. It's not taking no time at all with that to knock it down. If I had some of this for that, it'd probably go just as fast, but this paper and this sander, it's knocking this out no problem. So if you guys are doing your bed, getting it ready, I highly recommend this right here from Harbor Freight. It wasn't that much, but it is knocking this crap out really quick. So I'm hoping to get all this prepped. As you can see, I can't tell from the video here, but there's some shiny stuff. Like right here, still shiny. Over here, there's a few places here and there that's still shiny that I need to hit, but that's where the wire brush will come in on the drill. But most of that's done up there. I just got to finish going around hitting it with the wire brush everywhere on that drill, and that'll be taken care of. But I'm gonna set this up so you guys can see how fast this is cleaning it down. Give y'all another shot of the bed here. Now, this paper, this sander, and this is the other wire wheel, and be putting it in there to get the other little tiny spots. Alright, let's clean out this sander real quick. Alright folks, as you can tell with that sander, and there's the paper for the time that I've been sanding with it there, it's done a really good job. There's not much of anything left that is shiny. And I'm going over this and making sure there ain't a shiny spot on here before I spray. I've had some previous experience trying to do some bed liners with some careless prep and it didn't work. Of course, wasn't nothing that's, I wasn't trying to do a truck like this. First time I ever tried the can bed liner, it was a Duplicolor, and it was in I think it was a 74 Ford long bed, and I had just swept the bed out with a broom in that corner, and I didn't wash it, I didn't really sand it, I just swept it out with a broom, sprayed it on, and within a couple of days it dried on there. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. And I got some more, swept the rest of the bed out, painted it, and then about a week it just peeled off. The whole daggum mess of it just peeled off. And then I had power washed some parts and sprayed some different bed liner, different brand. I think it was Rust-Oleum brand on a trailer frame. And I didn't clean it very well. I just power washed it, and it kind of halfway stuck. It had chunks of it peeling off, and some of it was sticky, it had stuck down, some of it didn't, and then it wasn't very good. And then the last time I did bed liner, it was the Rust-Oleum from a can with a sprayer, and I had took Scotch pads and scuffed down a bunch of plastic, like fender flares and stuff, and was doing that, and to my knowledge that worked. But the plastic wasn't painted, wasn't primered and painted. It was just bare black plastic, unnatural no finish whatsoever, just from how it was produced. And then I used the Scotch pad and went over it until it was lightly gray looking, and we sprayed it on there with that, and as far as I know, that stuck. But being that it was plastic, any kind of flex, it probably would have what am I trying to say? Cracked and came loose. That stuff in that can with the spray rig, it was not a two-part mix like most bed liners are. It was just straight from the can. You stir it up and you spray it on, or roll it however you wanted to do it. I actually used the Duplicolor spray gun kit that you could have got at O'Reilly's in that can of Rust-Oleum Chuck bed liner. But still, like I said, it wasn't a two-part mix. The stuff that I'm using is the Herculiner Professional, or the Herculiner, not Hercules, Herculiner Professional. It's two parts. The new kit. It's been out maybe a year or so now, from since JB Weld got a hold of the company, and that's what I'm going to put in here on this one as soon as I get it cleaned out. And you can tell that I'm not. This time I'm making sure I got 100% prep before I do anything. This stun gun's going to look like Pepto-Bismol for all I care, or Bear. I'll have to shoot some primer on it to make sure that it sticks if I get it down too far. But yeah, I mean, that Hercules sandpaper, that ceramic paper right there, that stuff is, I mean, it is taking it down quick and effortlessly. I'll put that other sandpaper on here, on this one, and I'll run a little bit with these on here. I'll run this 80, and let's see, what is it? This is 120. It's not going to work. So we'll do the 80 and we'll do the 40, and I'll show you a little bit of difference right here on the spot that's not been touched. But I'm using these Bauer tools with these batteries from Amazon. They're supposed to be DeWalt replacements. They'll fit DeWalt stuff. You just snap it in, but I've got the little adapter here for DeWalt to Bauer tools, and so far I've got no complaints. This sander has been awesome, and this sander has been awesome. This one just turns out to be working a lot better. It could just be the paper, but this is working really well in this, knocking this down. I've done the majority of this bed with this sander, and this is my second sheet of paper to use on this. But this was a fresh sheet right here, and basically I've just done this half of the bed with it. I wished I had found some of this on this, and I think it would work. I'll have to use my drill and wire brush up there. This is not going to be able to get all of that in between there, so I'll have to use something different. That wire wheel, that cup wheel, this one here, I used this to do all the little loops and stuff and get that and clean it out like it is. There's a few spots, I don't know if y'all can tell it from here, but there's a few places, like I got to get over there and that corner and do some little touch-up work, and then all along the bed where the ripples are, I got to get that. And then there's a couple spots here and there, like that third one on this side over here, I got to get that one, and a little bit around that side, and then, you know, that wall should be done. And then hit this one. There's a couple places in here I might could get with the sander, and the rest I have to do with this wheel. And then same on this. And then for the most part, it looks like this is going to be gotten pretty good with this. Maybe I can get into a few places with this orbital and knock it out. But this 80 grit paper here and this 40 is really aggressive, but it's not taking it down as fast as this is, and this is actually staying pretty clean. But I'll go ahead and switch these batteries around, and we'll try out this 80 in a spot, and then I'll show you this 40. But this right here is working the best so far, so let me switch that out and show you all right quick. We'll start with this 40. And this is that 40 grit I'm using right there. It's that Gator stuff. That came from Lowe's. So this side here, I haven't used anything on it to scuff it. This is as far as I've made it. The rest of these is just from loading and unloading stuff out of the back of the truck. Now, like I said, this is that 40, but it seems like it's taking a lot longer to get it down. And if you can see, it's still got a lot of shiny in it right in there. It's not really doing a good a job as this other is. This paper here, I think, is probably the absolute best. That is going to be the money right there if you're doing this yourself. But I'll go ahead and put on this other paper, and I'll show you that too right quick. So here's the 80. We're going to put the 80 on now. Alright, so that was the 80 grit. I still think the paper is a huge deal in it. Now, it might be doing less or not as effective because this is not doing as much as this, but I feel like if I had the same paper on here, it'd probably be doing as good a job. But right now, I feel like this sander and that paper is the best for your money. That 80 did a better job than that 40 did on here, and it took it down right on the edge. It took it right down to the metal, and it's real rough now. But with the 80 on this side, none of this stuff is really rough. And then this 80 is not that rough, but that's rough. I mean, that is really rough. But that 80 is doing a lot better job tearing it down. And I think this is going to be the best for your monies. So if you're doing a bed liner project like I am, I have nothing bad to say about using this sander and this paper from Harbor Freight. I think that's the ticket for getting this down. And like I said, what I can't get to with this, I'm going to use a little wire cup and knock it down, get where I can. This is working really well for doing that versus this. This, for some reason, is not working as good as this is in there getting all that stuff out. So that's what I'm going to use to get everywhere I can. And then I'll have to get a wire brush and get like the actual wheel well where it's in there, and I can't actually get down to it. I'll just have to go around the front and across there and the edges and what I can with an actual wire brush. And the rest I'll use this wire wheel on what I can get it to. But man, it's spraying it on there or rolling it in is probably going to be the best part, but or easy. This is where it really counts, right here. I've had people telling me, I could stop. There's all that little bit of shiny ain't gonna hurt, but man, I'm knocking it down as dull as it can be. In the right light, it almost looks like cedar, but I don't want nothing shiny on there when I go to spray this. So that's what I'm gonna do, is knock it down to where it's as dull as possible and not be shiny. And then I'll try, if I can get all this done and it's 100% ready to go, I'll try to get a video of spraying it in here. But that's, right now I'm just taking my time. I'm not going to bedline this today. I'm going to 100% get this thing completely cleaned down. Everything is ready to go. That way all I got to do is do a final wipe with some solvent and then spray it. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video on this for preparation of my bed liner. Like I said, I'm going to use the Herculiner Professional 2-part that JB Weld has come out for it, and that's what's going in here. And I'm pretty positive I'm going to spray it instead of rolling it, because everybody else, the few videos I have seen for the Herculiner Professional, they have used a roller, and then for some reason the chemical is causing the roller to break down and stick into the bed liner, and I just don't want it looking like that. I just want it to be even all throughout, not chunks of the actual roller left into the bed and the bed liner. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all taking the time to watch this, and let me know your thoughts in the comments if any of this was helpful if you're going to do a bed liner yourself. But so far, out of everything I've used, I recommend that paper for sure. And I'll show you that again. I got it from Harbor Freight. It's just a detailing sander sheets. All it is, ceramic. I don't remember what it cost, but this is where it's at. This is taking it down nice. It's leaving it fairly smooth. It's got a little rough texture to it, but I think that's just going to promote the adhesion of the bed liner. It's working real well. So if you're wondering what to use this. I've seen some people talk about some kind of red cup wheel. I've only seen it in like 2 videos. I don't know where. I haven't seen any at any places local to me to buy it and try it out, but this is working. So I know I'm rambling right now, but anyway, that's my opinion on this from doing this is use these and probably this and one of these. I think that'll be the best way to knock it all out. But anyway, thanks for watching. I know this is a long-winded video here, but thank y'all. We'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.